In Part 1, we established an order of operations for seeking truth. But before we touch the big pieces, we must address the ground we're standing on: absolute truth. Truth is inescapable. The very denial of its existence, claiming there is no universal truth, is itself an affirmation of its reality, because that denial is presented as a universal truth. If you say you don't believe in the laws of logic, you actually have to use them to come to that conclusion. And since the laws of logic, math, and science were discovered, not invented, absolute truth does exist. And if it's real, we aren't just debating opinions, we're performing an investigation. With that foundation set, we move to the big pieces, the foundational axioms every worldview must explain. As the co-discoverer of calculus wrote, "The first question which should rightly be asked is, why is there something rather than nothing? In other words, why is the universe here at all, and how did it get here?" Logically, there are only two answers. Either the universe is eternal, or it had a beginning. If the universe were eternal, we run into the unsolvable problem of infinity and the absence of scientific evidence. Any multiverse theory just kicks the can down the road, begging the question of where those universes came from. The scientific evidence, from Big Bang cosmology to the second law of thermodynamics, points to a definitive beginning. So, the universe began. Whatever begins to exist must have a cause. Either nothing caused this, or something caused this. Nothing cannot create. If something could come from nothing, we should regularly see things popping into existence. After all, why would nothing discriminate what it causes? So we are left with something. The next question is, what type of thing caused the universe? The cause must be a non-physical being beyond space and time. We are left with only two possibilities: abstract objects or a transcendent mind. Consider abstract objects. The number 7 is an abstract object. Notice it cannot cause anything. A common denominator among all abstract objects is their complete lack of causal powers. That leaves us with the only logical choice: a transcendent mind, a personal creator. Now, we narrow it down further. What kind of creator? Polytheism or monotheism? Applying Occam's razor, the law of economy plurality should not be posited without necessity. If one infinite God can do the job, why reach out to multiple gods? Finally, we are left with the choice of which monotheistic religion is most plausible: Judaism, Islam, or Christianity. When we examine the historical reliability of the Bible, fulfilled prophecy, the indisputable facts surrounding the empty tomb, and the Shroud of Turin, Christianity emerges as the worldview that provides the most coherent, logical, and evidence-based answer to the reality we actually experience. We haven't just argued for a belief, we've followed the evidence through a process of elimination. We've narrowed the possibilities down to the only explanation that survives the logical test. In the next video, we will examine more closely what was just described as the case for Christ and why we can trust the Bible as God's Word.